So that is what shaft, and one is shaft, another one is groove, another one is, we'll go for reference elements here. Okay, we'll go for reference elements. Okay. So now reference elements mainly it is consider a creation of a plane or a line or a point. Okay. Suppose what happens, so sometimes you need to go for an model in a such a way that you need some extra sketching over it. Okay, extra sketching over it. So at that time, so you can do it, but it will take a lot of additional features here. Lot of additional features. Okay. Now second one is what it is a shaft. Shaft. So shaft means it is a circular one. Already you know meaning of shaft. So if you compare this tool or this shaft option with solid edge, then you can say it is similar to a revolved protrusion. It is a revolved protrusion. Okay. So in solid edge, so already I used revolved protrusion. Okay. Similar to that one, shaft. So next, third one is what a groove. Okay. So now groove means in machine shop you've done an groove cutting. That means a circular cutting out. In a
Sir,
secondary
screen is
object.
not visible, sir.
Pardon? Sorry. Sorry.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Now it is visible. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go for okay. Now a groove means it's just like an cutting out over circular surfaces. I think you have made an use of parting tool. Okay. Groove means cutting over a circular object. Okay. So with reference to the solid edge, so this is what revolved cutout. This is what revolved cutout. Okay. This is what in solid edge. Right. Now for this shaft as well as groove, you need axis. You need axis. Okay. Then you need to draw the section. Here it is a half side. Good example. Now I'll take a flange here. I'll take a flange. Okay. So it has a certain circular cross sections here. Okay. It has a circular cross sections. Now it has a hollow portion of some diameter. Let us take a 50. Now it has a thickness of 10 mm. Next, outer diameter of this flange is of 150 mm. Okay. And thickness of this flange, let us take a 10 mm. Now overall height of this hub portion is, let us take it as 100 mm. Right. Now when you can use this shaft option. Okay. Suppose if you pass a cutting plane at different locations. Okay, if we get the sections as a circular, let us take if I have section plane 1 here. Okay, now the cross sections, what you are going to get after cutting out, you are going to get a 2 circles. Similarly, if you cut here, you are going to get a 2 circles, right? If the cross sections are circular, if you pass a section plane throughout its length, on that cases you go for using shaft option. Okay, on that cases you go for using shaft option. So now it has an axis. What is the section you need to draw for shaft? Only its half section, not a full section. If you draw an L section, if you go on for shaft, you are going to get a final object. Okay. So let us see. I'll go for a shaft here. File. Okay. Start. Mechanical design. Part design. Okay. Say okay. Right. So now I'll click on shaft here. Now this is what shaft icon. Now this is what sketch based feature shaft. Now I'll click here. Now we can select. Now we will go for sketcher. Then you select a front plane here. Okay. Now first you draw an axis here. First you draw an axis, then you draw in profile. Now you go for exit workbench. Now how much degree you want to rotate? You want to rotate 360. Okay. You want to rotate 360. Let us go for preview. Then say go. If you look out the sketch, we have drawn only the half section here. We have not drawn complete full section. Okay. You keep in mind, if you want to use the pad option, then section has to be an full section, and if you want to use the shaft, then section has to be half section. Okay, I think it's clear. So next one is groove here. Okay? Next one is groove. Let us take an example. I want to cut a T shape inside this flange. I want to cut T shape inside this flange. Now for this groove, you just click here, you're going to get a groove option. Okay. Okay. Next, you go for selection of sketch here. Now I'll select this front. Suppose if you want to make the model as a wireframe, from view toolbar, you go for making it as a wireframe. Okay. Right. Now I'll draw first axis here. Now I'll go for drawing the profile here. Right. Now you can just look out here. Now we'll rotate it. Are you getting any cut whole portion inside here? Now you just observe here. Now bottom I have made a cut, and inside also I made a cut here. Okay. So by this way you can use the groove as well as shaft. Okay. So now I'll go for one diagram here. So now they have given three views here. One is section A, another is section B, and one is a top view. Now based on this diagram, so you need to make a model. You need to make a model. Now how we can make a model here? Now we need to observe the dimensions here. Okay. This pi indicates it as a circular. Pi indicates a circular, circular, circular. R indicates it is a radius. Okay. So now it is a height. It is also height. Now radius is 105 here. Okay. Radius is 105. Outer radius they have given 105. Now this arc and this are concentric. Just look out, this arc and this arc are concentric. Now what is the section here? Section AA. Now where it has been passed, section AA has been passed here. Okay. Now what are the dimensions here? R25. That means from this axis to outer edge is 25. Pi 25 typical. Now that means this is a hole. Okay. Next they have gone for pi 75. Pi 75 indicates the diameter of this hole. Pi 123. This is the diameter of 123. And pi 150. This is what extreme outer dimensions. Now you can clearly understand that up to this portion, the entire is of circular nature. Okay, entire is of circular nature. Okay, you can understand from side view also. You can just look out here. In side view also, the section remains the same. The section remains same. Okay, right? Now, front view. If you consider this as a front view, some portion is of this shape. I can highlight you with the pen here. Now you can just observe here. Now this is a what shape? Right? Now look out. Now this edge is to be met here. Now this edge is to be met here. Okay. Then you have a line, intersection line. You are going to get that intersection line here. If you have an intersection line here, you are going to get that intersection line here. If I draw the diagram, now I'm going to draw it approximately here. So you may get a little change in dimensions or the shape. So now this is a diagram. Okay. Now this is what? A diagram. 3D model. This is what? 3D model. Right? Okay. Now I'll go for modeling of this one. Now in this case, I'll go for using the reference element here. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to use a reference element. That is what? A plane. That is what? plane. So now shall I start modeling of this three views? Okay, file. I'll go for start, mechanical design part. Okay. So say okay. First I'll go for pad here. Okay. Pad. So now selection of sketch. Let us go for YZ plane. Okay. Now I'll draw two circles here of radius 105 as a 1. Okay. One more with radius as 105 minus 25. Okay. You can just observe it. This is 105 outer radius. Then these are parallel. Thickness is how much? It is 25. That means inner radius is how much? It is 80. Okay. So now as they are not specified where it is going to intersect, let us take from its quadrant point itself. From quadrant points itself. Okay. Okay. Now we need to find out what is the total dimension here. Now it is how much from center to center 250. Then radius is how much outer radius? There is a 25 here, and outer radius there is a 25 here. Now total distance how much? It has to be 300. Okay. Now we'll go for dimensions. I will select this center point. Let us go for drawing vertical lines here. Go for dimensions. Now this has to be how much? 300. Okay. I'll just look out. So it has been shifted now. It has been shifted. Now what I'll do, I will erase these lines. Okay. I will erase these lines. Now from center point, I'll just have one vertical line here. Okay. And from center point, I'll draw one horizontal line. I'll go for offset here. Select this line. Offset distance as a 150. Okay. Similarly, I will select this line. So offset distance as minus 150. Okay. Now I'll go for trim here. I'll select this edge. I'll extend up to this portion. Now thickness is how much? It is a 25. Right. Now go for quick trim. Okay. Now just exit sketch. Several profiles are open. Then you need to check it. Okay. Sorry, we need to draw redraw. Now we'll draw a rectangle here. You can draw the diagrams in a different ways, not only the particular ways required here. The length is 300, the height is 25. Now we'll go for circle here. One radius is 105. Okay. Draw one more circle. It is of 80, right? Radius is 80. Now go for trim. Okay. Now let us identify the width. So maximum width required is here, it is a 150. That means it has a diameter here. It has a diameter. Maximum is 150. That means we'll go for mirror extent. So one side we'll go for 75 mm. Preview. Okay. Now as we need to remove the material of outer portion here. Okay. This portion you need to remove. This portion you need to remove. Here also you need to remove. Okay. Along with two holes here. Along with two holes. Okay. So let us go for first the trim out of the outer portions. Then we can go for adding the holes. Now we'll go for pocket. Okay. So sketch. Now I'll select here XY plane. Now I'll draw two circles. Radius is 25. Okay. Under one circle here. Radius is 25. Now I specify the dimensions. Now this has to be 125. Okay. This has to be 125. Okay. Next I'll draw one more circle here. So radius is 75. Okay. So now I'll go for profile here. Now I'll select line and I'll make it a tangent here. Okay. We're going to go for line. Select here. Just draw. Select line. Just draw. Select line. Now go for trimming unwanted portion here. Now exit. Okay. Now it is giving some error because it has some extra portions over these quadrants points here. You just look out here. You have some extra portion. So here you have some extra portion. Here also you have some extra portion. Okay. So reverse. Okay. Reverse. Now thickness you want to remove. It's the reverse side. Okay. Preview. Now what is the problem here? Because we have some non-continuity of profile here. Now I'll go for editing sketch. Now in this case, you go for clear zoom, clear zoom. Again, let's just look out here. Now this has been not in a tangent portion. Okay. Now you select this line as well as this arc. Then you go for options here. Make it as a tangency. Okay. Then use trim. Remove this extra portion. Now exit. Say OK. Go for again sketch. Now we can just look out. So here you need to trim. Okay. Now here connectivity is not there. So here connectivity is not there. Okay. Then you go for selection of these two using control key. Sorry. Go for fit. I will take a line. Now select tool, select this line and this R, make it as a tangency. Okay. Then you trim out unwanted portion. This portion is not needed. So here also say select this and this, make it as a tangency. Now care has to be taken. Care has to be taken. Okay. Now I'll go for trim. I'll remove this portion. Now I go for exit. So still several openings are there. Go for editing sketch. Use fit. Okay. Use fit. Now you make an component as a fully wireframe. Okay. Now where you have a thickness, you can get the. Now look out. What are the problems we are having here? Now select this and this. Go for constraints. Make it as a tangency. Right. Then okay. Then select this and this. I think they'll come across a tangency. Now remove unwanted portion here. Now exit sketch. Now it's showing still open. Here you have a problem. Okay. Sketch. Now select this and this. Make it as a tangency. Edit sketch again. So now care should be taken for profiles here. So now in this case we are doing it in an approximate manner. We are getting some errors. If you fix the dimensions and if you gone for the symmetry, definitely will get the diagrams here. Okay. So here is a problem. Okay. Now select this and this, go for tangency. I think now it is everything is clear. Now it shall giving there only. It's giving there only. Okay. Now, if you're getting this much of difficulty, so one thing is that you can go for the constraints initially. You go for the constraints initially. Okay. So that's what, as you draw the circles, okay. So there only you can make us. That's what the fixation of geometrical constraints. Now I'm doing all this because you must know what are the problems you're going to get at the time of modeling. Okay, so that is why reason I'm going to use all these options. It's giving a lot of problems. We are unable to find out again and again. I think now this case is right. I don't know where we're getting an error. Right. Now you just look out. So what I'll do, as there were a lot of times if you have errors, okay, okay. Now I'll go for circle. Look out. Now I'll go for the radius is 75. Okay. Now we'll draw one more circle here, which has a radius of 25. Now I'll draw one more circle, which has a radius of 25. Right. Now provide dimensions initially. I will provide dimensions here. Okay. Now as it has to be symmetry, I'll fix dimensions here. Now this is what 75, right? 75, right? Now from this center to this center, it has to be how much? It has to be 250. Right. Now I'll select this R circle, this edge, and I'll go for constraints. I'll make it as a tangency. Right? I'll make it as a tangency. Okay. Now I'll draw a circle here. Okay. Now I'll select this one as well as this one. I'll select here. No tangency is there already. I'll go for one by one. I'll select this and this. I'll go for tangency. Okay. Now I'll select this one and this one. I'll go for tangency. Otherwise, if you have one more idea here, you can go for drawing the line by tangents here, by tangent line. Okay. Then select this and this. Right. Now this is the best idea. Instead of going for all those options, this is what best idea. Now select by tangent, select this and this. Okay. You just look out. If you don't know the commands, if you don't know the options, so how much problem you're going to get. Now trim out. Exit. Right. So now I want to remove outside material. Say preview. Okay. Then say okay. So now it has to remove another extra material is there. What I'll do, I'll go here, I'll edit definitions here. Around about 105 mm, okay, or 1010 mm. Okay, now I got right. Next, over this one, you need to produce a cylindrical object here. You need to provide cylindrical object, circular object, and along with that, you need a hole of counter bore. Okay. Now look out. What I'll do, I'll go for reference plane, reference elements here. Okay. Reference elements. Now this is what reference elements. Okay. Now I'll click on XY plane. With respect to XY plane, I want to create one more plane here. So distance is 150 mm. Preview. You got one plane. You can just observe in model tree. You can just observe in a model tree. Plane 1 is the addition here. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll go for pad. I'll select this top plane. Okay. Sketcher. I'll just select top plane. Use fit option. Now I'll select circle. Okay. Now what is the radius? Radius has to be 75. Okay. Now exit. Now the thing is that now we have used a type here dimension. Now I'll reverse direction. Okay. Now type I will go for up to next. That means it's going to extrude up to the next surface. If you have a curvature surface, it's going to extrude up to curvature surface. Okay. Now next I'll go for groove here. For this one, I'll select the front plane. Okay, YZ plane. Okay. So first I'll draw an axis. Now I'll draw the profile here. You see how it is giving error. Now in this case, you go for fixed axis, then you select this one, go for parallelism. Right? Okay. Now what are the inner diameter here? One is 75 and the one is 113. So how much depth it has to go for 20 mm. Okay. So now I'll go for dimensions. I'll select this one and this one. So now this has to be 123 divided by 2. Sorry. Next. So I will select this and this as coincident. Okay. Next, I will select this, so this and this as coincident. It's taking long. Let us fix them. Let us fix them. Okay. Now, you just draw a parallel line here. Now you go for dimensions. This has to be 20. Okay. Now dimensions of this portion is has to be how much? It's 75 divided by 2. Now I'll exit. I'll go for 360 preview. Okay. Now as the time is over for this Cisco WebEx, I will continue now next class. Okay. Okay, let us go for the placement of hole. Now the thing is that you can go for placement of hole using the hole option, or you can go for the pad option, sorry, pocket option. Now in this case I will go for pocket. Go for pocket. I will select this one because I want to cut two holes at a time. Now I will draw circles here of radius. Diameter is to be 25. Let us go for 25. Okay, and one more hole here. Let us go for diameter as a 25. Radius is 12.5. Right. Now select this circle and so here this edge and this circle, go for constraints, make them as a concentricity. Okay, right, again select this edge, this circle, go for constraints, make it as a concentricity. Now exit. Okay, now you want to remove material up to this. Okay, preview. Okay, right, this is what how to use the pad option. So otherwise you can go for hole here. Okay, so let us go for one more. I will try here with hole option. Now hole, select this surface. Okay, now diameter is all those things, right? Now go for sketch. Now select this center point and this edge, go for constraints, make it as a concentricity, right? Okay, now exit hole option. Okay, now you can select I think only one hole at a time. Preview. Okay, then hole, I'll select this surface. Okay, position in sketch, select the center point and this edge, go for constraints, make it as a concentricity. Exit hole option, preview. Okay.